Okay, recently I got a comment on the stroker video that I have up talking about the new strokers. And the guy who left it, he's basically saying it's far superior to these older ones. This is a 12 inch, and so I went ahead and looked up. They don't make a 12 inch, but they do make a 15 and an 18. So I took the 15 specs and I took them from the old one and the new one to compare them to see like, well, is it a much more capable driver? Because his claim was that they're by far better and they throw a lot farther and they play a lot deeper. Um, so they're very high quality, which I would hope so because they're like $1,400 for a 15 and 1,600 for an 18. But really, when you adjust for inflation, it's within $50 to $75 of the same price as the 18 and 15 of the originals. So really, they're the same. They're going for the same price. I am 99% sure those are not made in the United States because generally, if you're gonna manufacture something here, you're gonna put it on there or in somewhere in on your website, country, made in the USA, and there's nothing on the speaker, and there's nothing on Cerwin Vega's site or Sonic Electronics, which is selling them on their site. So I don't believe those are made in the USA. They do look like a one beastly woofer, but they're really pretty similar to this original design. I mean, I know that Cerwin Vega, whoever owns them now, now because they're not the same company, that they're that they are an upgrade to this. Um, my issue is when you start making like statements like it's far better. Well, what's far better to me? That's an opinion. And that's fine. Everybody's attending, but just to make a blatant statement, and this happens in car audio a lot. Somebody likes something, or they paid a lot of money for it, so they're convinced this is the absolute best. For you, it might be. For somebody else, though, and I think it confuses a lot of new people, and I think it just makes people who've been doing it a long time just kind of shake their head a bit. But so here's what I came up with. I mean, I wasn't trying to be, mean to the guy. I just wanted to, because this, the goal of my site is to have accurate information and to let people share their thoughts. He shared his. That's fine. Everybody's entitled to their opinion for sure. But the claims that he made was that it throws a lot farther. Well, the X Max on the new Cerwin Vega Classic Pro 15 is 24 millimeter, which is it's a heck of a respectable travel X Max. But the old 15 is 23 millimeter, so you're gaining 1 millimeter, which is minute. It's there though, but and then but really essentially the same throw on them. The old ones and the new ones is essentially identical. And then you go to he says and it gets a lot lower. Well, the free air resonance on the new stroker is 44 hertz, which is actually 1 hertz above the 43 of the old 15. Now this is a 12, but this is it's this style is what I'm talking about. So if anything, the older one should get as low as the newer one. And then and then I'm looking it up, and let's see, the QTS is 0.34 and 0.282 for the old 15. I mean, that tells you that both would prefer a ported enclosure. Maybe the newer one might perform better in a large sealed than the old 15, and I wouldn't, but and then the last stat to me that was the most important was that the new stroker, 93.8 dB, 1 watt, 1 meter sensitivity, which is really good. And for in 1200 watts RMS. The old one was 95 dB, so 1.2 dB, which is negligible, better, and handled 1200 watts RMS continuous. So if you have one driver that's more efficient than the other one, and the other one has 1 millimeter of throw, I would imagine you'd be seeing at best the same output, and if not, I think if you crunch the numbers, you would find that you're actually going to get more out of the old 15, but at worst case scenario, identical. So free air, how low can it get? The same. How far do they travel? The same. How many watts can they handle? The same. Which one's more efficient? The older one. I mean, so I'm glad Cerwin Vega is making them. I loved this design speaker. I would like to run some. I mean, they're ridiculously expensive, but I think I'd be dubious. It's kind of dubious to be making claims saying one's far better than the other. You look at the basket on that, the motor, it's, they're both beefy. They're both awesome subs, but I couldn't, I don't know. I guess you'd have to hear them because you never know. Numbers aren't everything. But when you're talking about the original stroker, and then to say a speaker is way better than that, I don't know if you want to go making those claims. Because this is one of the nicest sub bass drivers ever produced by anybody anywhere. So that's my 2 cents.